Hi. So, yeah, we were putting in trees yesterday, but we're also doing something else, and I want to show you that. It's good and a disaster all at the same time. I gotta get there first, though. So, I was watching the Elvis movie, Harem Scarum, um, the other day when I was putting this in, and I think it turned out pretty good. Okay, maybe not that way. Maybe not the exact way. See, okay, so I asked my son to get. Oh, well, I didn't ask my son. My husband asked my son to help me fill this in because it was taking forever. I was kind of whining about it. I was really whining about it. Um, and the only reason why I'm streaming right now is because I needed to wind down a little. We were just trying to find a poodle on GTA, and it was making me mad. I found, okay, so completely by accident, I happened to find a family of deer. Well, we needed to relocate, find other deer, but anyway, we finally found one, took a picture of it. It wasn't too bad. I knew that one area had a lot of deer in it. They'd be back. Um, by complete accident, we're just going around certain you know around, I think, the Sandy Shores area, and I looked it up just to see if anybody had any ideas, and it turned out that this one house had a fenced-in yard, but it wasn't a a wall kind of fence. It was a fence. So I'm like driving around in that area um trying to figure out what which house I needed to go to, and happened to find a chicken, and I'm like, oh, okay, take a picture. It walked out of the yard just so I could take its picture. It was really awesome. I don't know if that's the actual reason, but it walked out of its yard and I was able to take the picture. So, so then I was left with the poodle. And it said this one place, it's kind of like a place where it's one of those shopping places. You go down the path, and the one end is on stairs, and the other end is kind of like a round area. Anyway, I don't know exactly where I was, but I mean, I could show you on the map, but I don't know exactly where I was. Um, but anyway, we went there like 16,000 times, and there was no poodle. Had several cop fights. We might have even had enough to call it a ton. But anyway, uh, it was slightly annoying. I mean, kind of annoying. Okay, so he left me with big gaps here, and it's annoying, but we'll get it filled in eventually. Um, but the cool thing that he did was I was trying to get this all. tapered, and except for that the other side is tapered, this worked out really good. This was awesome. This was like really annoying. If I hadn't had his help, I would still be doing this. So, yeah. Um, but yeah, so we got all the way. It's coming up eventually. Okay. We got all the way to here. And I'm still trying to figure out what is going wrong with this. Is it supposed to be 7? Is it supposed to be 5? I know for a fact, it's supposed to be 5. And then go this way, go up, and 5 again. Well, that worked out pretty good because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then where it's not working, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, how? How? I learned how to do this. I did it right, and it's not working. Well, it's supposed to look, okay, it's supposed to look like this and this. So, okay, let's try that then. Okay. Because if I can get this correct, then I can go and fix that one over there. Uh, what the heck? Okay. No, because see, it's still not. It's still not working. And I know it's only 2. So. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's actually supposed to be 5, but. I mean, not 5, but less than what it is right now. Yeah, that's better. Okay, now what is wrong with this one? Yeah. Actually, I don't necessarily want this right here anyway. I want it like over the water. But see, this isn't supposed to be like this. This isn't supposed to be like this, etc. You know. This isn't supposed to be like this. Um, yeah. This is what happens when you have him help. Sometimes he gets overly helpful, and then you're like, why did I invite him? Well, like I said, I didn't invite him. My husband did. And see, there's this big gap here, too. You would think this would be get me upset too. So normally I'm like, let's do this. Well, no, I've got something to do with my story, and I've got to have food. And we launched an update again. How many times a week are they gonna update the internet? Oi. But actually, that's good because yesterday I was having all kinds of weird problems. Like a sentence that did not have extra words. And they were being added anyway. So the sentence was then maybe you ought to. Or no, then maybe you should. Then maybe you should. And it was Sean and Jesse talking about Chantel wasn't angry until he didn't let his jaw drop. uh, Until Jesse didn't let his jaw drop when he greeted her. He was supposed to be, in her mind, totally floored and like, uh, 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 like he loved what he saw. If you want to see an example of what I'm talking about, watch the Beverly Hillbillies movie from, I want to say, 1993. Um, there's a guy character, Morgan, who is looking at Ellie Mae, who apparently is high school age in that movie. Oh, yeah, the Beverly Hillbillies movie. So it's got Jim Varney as Jed, and it's got some other notable, it's got some other noticeable actors, but like Lily Tomlin is what's her name? The bank guy's secretary. Miss Hathaway. That's what it is. Miss Hathaway. Um. Anyway, so that so they're talking, and Sean says, "Then maybe you should." Well, the first time it said maybe, then maybe you should. What? There was no what. And then the second time it was the maybe you should, and there was no extra should. I had just typed it. I knew what the word said. So apparently you take out the quote marks and it's just fine. That was stupid. So I complained to them. I put in a ticket. I'm like, look, this is what's happening. There's also the issue of after some sentences, it goes dot dot or it goes dot dot dot. It wasn't one of those sentences where you left it at a dot 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 because you, like if Sean was trying to steal Jesse's girl and he he goes, leave Stacy alone, dot, dot, dot. You know, Sean knows that that means that the dot, dot, dot means that if he doesn't leave Stacy alone, he's going to he's going to get in a fight with Jesse. But, so it doesn't need to be said necessarily. Or like if the author has no idea what to put in there, a sufficient enough threat, you could just leave it at dot, dot, dot. I haven't run into like any. Oh! I got a chatter. Okay, so this one's Clara underscore Justin underscore 15. Hold on. Anyway, so yeah, I'd like to give shout outs, and it's pretty cool because I'm back up to 102. Um, but yeah, it's just I went and put in a ticket for it because I'm like, this was frustrating the heck out of me, and I paid for the pro version. I should be having the ability to go and, make them sound angry and, yelling, and I should be able to have the ability to do pauses and stuff. That's why I paid for it, so I could do that. And then it's got me on like I haven't paid for it. I mean, like the free to use version, and that's not actually. It wasn't even free. It was $47. I don't think they have a free version on Speechalo, but normally when I'm not getting driven nuts, when I'm not getting driven crazy, it does work and it's awesome. It, you could make it sound like, um, a real production in a real studio, like, like the Harry Potter books. Except for with, instead of Jim Dale doing all the voices, it would be a different voice for every single character. Um, I don't know if you have that many voices that actually, um, that would actually sound good enough to do that. Like you don't have that many voices that sound like they're 11 years old. You have like one, or at least if you want to use the ones from America. Um, but you got voices from America. You got voices from Italy. Um, British ones. Uh, India, I think it was. Anyway, you got a bunch of voices. And, for somebody who's giving them free advertising like every day, I'm not trying to say like I'm special, I'm privileged, use the fast pass at Disneyland. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, I paid for the program and I should be able to have this. Well, apparently I didn't answer it in time again. Well, either way. I wonder if I got them on Discord. I don't know. I've got a whole bunch of people on Discord, and that have offered me art help and banner help, and it's like I can't afford to hire anybody right now. They're all trying to make money too, and I can't afford an artist right now. Even if I got that job at Walmart that I'm hoping for, I wouldn't be able to do that because I'm putting away some money. It'll probably be like $500 out of each paycheck. I'm going to be putting that away so I can make for dang sure that I have a savings, and hopefully soon I will be able to put in, um, I'll be able to try to get in with Dorrance Publishing. I don't know if they're like a really good company or anything, but they were interested in my book, so yeah, that gives them brownie points. They were interested in my book. They said I was a good writer, and that was before I super polished Esperanza's Party. Oh, and there's a story behind that. Oh, and speaking of that, my books are on Amazon, so please go in there, check them out. Uh, so you just type in the Amazon search line, Tina Rash Books. It's TinaRashBooks. Normal spellings for everything. And And you should find Pirate's Daughter, Misfortune, Hard Times, Esperanza's Party, The Island, and Adopted Quarrel. So yeah, I have 6 books, but I'm only expecting people to like buy one, and then and like read it, and then maybe you'll get hooked, maybe you won't. Maybe it's. I'm hoping it's something that people want to read, because I love it, my cats love it, my sister loves it. Um, I don't know if my niece has read it, but she loves them anyway because I wrote them. But but yeah, I would like to get. I would really like to get it to where I could pay all the bills with just my book writing. I think that would be really awesome. Of course, it would be even more awesome if it'd be even more awesome if my husband could retire and we got that small motorhome that I want to get, and we could take our cats with us. So like when one of the relative when one of the relatives is in the hospital, we don't have to worry about it. We can just say, "Yeah, we're coming." Um, if we're like if somebody's birthday party and we got invited, we could just go, not have to worry about it. Just park right out in front of their house or down the street. um, we could even park at Walmart, and I'm just saying because Walmart's got such a big parking lot. Like we could park at you know, the furthest one out from the building, and it'd be okay. They don't mind as long as you like. I mean, they usually don't mind as long as you leave room for the regular customers, and you don't stay for more than 72 hours, so like more than 3 days. Usually. But, well, that was our store that we were working at. That was the deal. And then one time they decided, no, no more motorhomes. And I don't know why. But it was really nice for a while there because the store was open 24/7. So, like, if you had to go to the bathroom, you could go in. I mean, like you could go from your motorhome to Walmart and it would be just fine. And I liked that, but I like that, people can go home now too. Um, okay. So I'll stay on here for about 7 more minutes, depending on what I'm doing at the time. I still want to fill in some of those trees. I gotta get. Oh, I gotta remember to put in those. I gotta remember to go back to that one house and bring bring the minecart back because I don't have it in my inventory right now. Right? Yeah, I don't have the minecart in my inventory. Um, Actually, what I could do. Oh no, because I need that for the other houses. I was gonna say I could start filling in those houses again and get to the next pink house, but that's not really gonna help. Um, yeah, I don't know. This is why I'm hopping off and I'm going to work on my story, because I have, like the last few days, I've been like, I clearly want to do this. I need to get this done. But right now, I'm like, I don't feel like doing this right now. GTA kind of ruined it for me. Wasn't really their fault. I just couldn't find the poodle. I was kind of mad. So if I didn't explain that already, I was supposed to be finding a deer, a hen, and a poodle. It's the photo thing. Okay, wait a minute. Huh? Where's this go? Because I could have sworn that yeah. So confused. Whatever. Oh. That's something we can do. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then, so you'll notice that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So you'll notice that the parking lot looks a little weird. It's got some parking splots. Yeah, it's got it's got some parking spots that are just not quite where they're supposed to be, but it still looks pretty nice. Yeah, so we were trying to build that big white thing was supposed to be a lighthouse. And it is very much annoying me because I can't get it to be the way I want it to right now. You know what? I haven't turned on the air conditioner. It's kind of hot in here. Can you row at a normal place? A normal pace, please. That's what Jesse's brother Brandon is telling him, because he's thinking about Chantel. He's thinking about Chantel like that. So he's rowing funny. Like he'll go fast, slow, fast, slow. So yeah, Brandon asks him to row at a normal pace. And they finally get the boat where it needs to go. And he says that it's hard to keep up, not that he can't. So, because Sean and Jesse got sentenced to the rowing team for their school. Row the boat. I didn't know if what I had said was coming through quite right. Because on one of the Nancy Drew books, The Phantom of Pine Hill, I think, Ned was part of the rowing team, and they were in a parade on the water. And they go and get to a certain spot, and that's where Nancy and her friends Bess and Georgia are. You'll notice in the book, though, it says George, but in one of the Nancy Drew books, it does explain that her name is Georgia, but she likes to go by George. What the heck am I doing? But I think that was a Nancy Drew Files book. But anyway, I thought that was so cool, because I'm like, okay, George. Every time I was thinking of George, it was like George of the Jungle. I was thinking of a guy, but obviously I knew it was a girl. So I was having a problem, and I was like, Georgia. Yeah, that sounds good. And then I was like, oh, That's what they came up with too. So I was so excited. Okay, so so what we're trying to do is put in um more parking back here because there's going to be a door. Okay, wait a minute. One, two, three, one. So like right here, there's a back door. Over there is the front door. It may not have been exactly that way, but pretty close. I'm basing this off of a Denny's that I used to go to quite a lot with my mom. My mom, um, in Fairfield, California. It's Denny's, but it's, a specific one. And it was they used to call it the small one because the other one's larger. Well, the other one, they've updated it a little bit, and they do not have the best service. Well, like a whole bunch of Denny's don't have the best service. Ours seems to be okay, but other places, like you're trying to get syrup and they're looking at you like, "Ew, you're not my regular you're not the regular person that comes in at this time." So, they're looking down on you. That was the new Denny's out by Scandia in Suisun, California. I think it's Suisun. It might be Fairfield. Anyway, they are literally only divided by railroad tracks. I'm talking too fast today. They're literally only divided by railroad tracks, so yeah, but okay, so I was working on one of my stories yesterday. Lessons in Love, the next one in line. I was working on that and I got a little upset because of the fact that I went through all the stuff to get that chapter done, and then I thought I had unchecked the box to delete it, but it thought I didn't. So I don't know what went on, but anyway, it deleted the whole thing, so I have to go and do it all over again. But it's not that bad. It's actually not that bad. It's got at least a couple of really big long sentences. I mean, paragraphs. So it's really not that bad. I just got to sit down and actually. Hey, perfect timing. Anyway, and I gotta eat. So I really don't want to be on here right now. I want to work on my story. I know I've said that before, and then I told you the next day that I didn't even work on it. Well, this time I'm going to because I'm trying to edit it, and if I can edit it, get all the problems out. So far, we haven't had any. But if I can edit it and get all the problems out, then I'm gold. Problem is that one of the things I suffer from is that when I'm typing, I know the difference. I really do. But when I'm typing, sometimes one, two, three, four, five. Okay. I sometimes put YOUR when it's supposed to be YOU apostrophe RE, or if it's supposed to be YOU apostrophe RE, I go and put YOUR. I don't know why. I know the difference. I just, because YOU apostrophe RE is saying you are a puppy. It's like you are a puppy, you are a rider, you are a driver, something like that. Um, I can come up with probably 1,000 examples for that one. But um, but then there's the other version, which is it is your house, it is your car, it is your book that you just wrote. So you're saying that it's your thing, it belongs to you. I just got that. I'm pretty sure somewhere in my school career, they were saying try to explain this without using the word to explain it, and I just did. It for it belongs to you. I don't know if I had your as the thing, but oh wait a minute, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Not that. Oh my goodness. Um. So some of my vocabulary of the way I say stuff, like if I say "I" or something like that, that comes from my stepmom because like she is just. I hate to like remind people of that when uh but like when my brother would do something that my step that my mom didn't like, she'd go like, "Ay, Josh," um, and she does it a lot better than I do, but she'd say that, and so I kind of picked up the "I" thing. Um, it I I don't exactly know how to explain what it means because I don't really know, but anyway, I kind of picked up that for a little while. But there's like a whole bunch of different sayings that people use, and I'll say it every once in a while. You're like people have started saying "on the daily" on the YouTube videos, and I'm like, who says that? Besides people on YouTube, who says that? I don't know, but I'm not picking on them for saying that. I'm just like, who says that? So over here is gonna be a gas station, but like I said, I keep yawning because I'm hungry. I watched a thing, and sometimes you yawn when you're hungry, and I've noticed I yawn a lot, and then I eat, and then I'm not yawning as much, at least. Um, also have to go upstairs. Gotta pay attention to my kitty cats. Gotta write that book. I mean, it's written. I just gotta edit it. So far, like I said, it has not had any problems, and I'm excited about that. Um, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I had to see if I spelled that correctly or not. I was pretty sure I did. So I'm like, I can't afford, she's offering art help. And I'm like, I can't afford somebody right now, but, if you want to add me to your Discord, this is my name. And then I had to go and make sure I spelt it correctly because sometimes I type it wrong. It's like, I know how to spell my Discord name. I really do. But sometimes I just screw up and spell it wrong. So we're going to put a little road between Penelope's, that's that building there, and the gas station, which is over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's the other thing. I'm hoping that I am seriously hoping that they can do something about the program messing up, because I do use their program every day. And oh wait, not here. Anyway, I do use the program every day, and I would hate to have to go and say, I don't like them anymore because they're a great program. But I didn't want to leave Natural Reader either, but with Natural Reader, I kept having to change words all the time. Oh my goodness, I had to change things all the time. It was annoying. Okay, well then maybe we will. I like my art just the way it is, actually. Except for that it's AI art instead of, something, say, I drew. But that's what I can do right now because that's free, and I'm not an artist. It would be kind of cool if I was a writer and artist. That would be pretty awesome, but I'm just not an artist. I can build a building for days, but I can draw a building for days, but I cannot draw people. And I can't draw, well, yeah, I really can't draw pirate ships. They'll all end up looking like a rowboat with a mast. It's horrible. Okay, right here? Right here. Okay, we'll just, for now, 1, 2, 3, and then I guess we could have done that the easy way. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I just have to fill in those. This is the weirdest looking parking lot I've come up with. It really is. Yeah, like there's so many things on Disney Dreamlight Valley that I want to get out of the premium shop, and I can't afford to get moonstones so I can get them. I've got to rely on the free moonstones. So I go and make sure that I do my Dream Snap every single time it's available. I didn't do it with Natalie last week, so I've really got to do that with Natalie this week. She's going to be behind. But I did get the max bundle for Pirate. So my gamer tag is Pirate Author on Xbox. And so I've got Pirate, and then on Pirate's file, my Forgotten is named Natalie. And then on my other file, my character's name is Natalie. It's my husband's backup GTA file. So like when our son was not a strong player yet, and unfortunately he's going down that dark side where, like, if he had an oppressor Mark II, he might be one of those people that snipes everybody. I hope not, but there we go. Okay. But anyway, if that happened, yeah, I lost what I was saying. Never mind. Oh yeah, when he wasn't a strong player, my husband had this backup file. So if oh, we're not done yet. So if he was playing with Squibs, then he would play as the he called her Tattletale, because at one point in life we had a pretty cool job where we walked into certain stores, Walmart included, and we were supposed to tell whether that display that we got sent in to check out was up or not. And if it wasn't up, yeah, it was Walmart, Walgreens, some mom and pop stores when it was Tic Tac Nutella time. But anyway, if that display wasn't up, we got to file the report saying, nope, it ain't up yet. Although sometimes we got sent in to, do greeting cards and stuff like that. So yeah, I've got to go. I will see everyone in the next stream or video. If I can remember what buttons to press.